To the Butterfly Creek Theatre Troupe's 2018 Bard in the Art production of Shakespearean Trials and Tribulations. Be prepared for a full evening of excerpts and scenes that will bring high drama and the occasional spot of comedy.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else were pity.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
She wrote the coat, sir. Yeah, or George Seagull. Because he can write and read.
Oh, come hither, neighbour Seagull. God hath blessed you with a good man. Well, to be a well-favoured man is a gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
But both of which, Master Constable?
Well, you have. I knew it would be your answer. Well, for your favour, sir, give God thanks and make no boast of it. For your writing and reading, let them appear where there is no need of such vanities. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern.
Oh.
Lantern. This is your charge. You are to comprehend all vagrom men, right? You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if he will not stand?
Why then, make no more of it, and later call the rest of the watch together and praise God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the king's men.
Oh, truly.
Well, we know what belongs to the watch. We would rather sleep than talk.
Oh, you speak like a most ancient and quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. If you see a thief, you may judge him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, why, the less you meddle or make with them, the more for your honesty.
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man with any honesty in him.
'Tis very true.
Well, neighbours, good night. And there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsel and your own, and good night. Come, neighbour.
Masters, we know what to do. So sit upon the churchyard bench till 2 and then to bed.
One word more, honest neighbours. I bid you keep a watch over Signor Leonato's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you, and stay off the beat.
This next scene from Henry IV, Part 1. The Percy family are planning a rebellion against the king. The Percys are led by the dashing Harry Percy or Hotspur, and he will read a letter from a nobleman who wishes to come out of the impending battle. Lady Percy, however, demands to know what exactly is going on.
But for mine own part, my lord, I could be well contented to be there in respect of the love I bear your house. He could be contented. Why is he not then? In the respect of the love he bears our house, he shows in this he loves his own barn better than he loves our house. Let me see some more. The purpose you undertake is dangerous. Why, that's certain. 'Tis dangerous to take a cold, to sleep, to drink. But let me tell you, my lord fool, out of this nettled danger we pluck this flower safely. The purpose you undertake is dangerous, the friends you have named uncertain, the time itself unsorted, and your whole plot too light for the counterpoise of so great an opposition. Say you so? Say you so? I say unto you, you are a shallow cowardly hind, and you lie. What a lack brain is this? By the Lord, our plot is as good a plot as ever was laid. Our friends true and constant. A good plot, good friends, and full of expectation. An excellent plot, very good friends. What a frosty-spirited rogue is this? Why, my Lord of York commends the plot in the general course of action. Zounds! And I would now by this rascal, I would brain him with his lady's fan. Is it not my father, my uncle, and myself, Lord Edmund Mortimer, my Lord of York, and Lord Glendower? Is there not besides the Douglas? And have I not all their letters to meet me in arms by the 9th of next month? And are not some of them set forth already? What a pagan rascal is this, an infidel! Ha! Now shall you see in very sincerity of fear and cold heart. Shall he to the king and lay open all our proceedings? I could divide myself and go to buffets for moving such a dish of skim milk with so honourable an action. Hang him. Let him tell the king. We are prepared. I will set forth tonight. How now, Kate? I must leave you within these 2 hours.
Oh, my good lord, why are you thus alone? For what offence have I this fortnight been a banished woman from my Harry's bed? Tell me, sweet lord, what is it takes from thee thy stomach pleasure and thy golden sleep? Why dost thou bend thine eyes upon the earth, and start so often when thou sittest alone? Why hast thou lost the fresh blood from thy cheeks, and given my treasures and my rights of thee to thick-eyed musing and cursed melancholy? In my faint slumbers I by thee have watched, and heard thee murmur tales of iron walls, speak terms of manage to thy bounding steed, cry, courage to the field. And thou hast talked of sallies and retires, of trenches, tents, palisadoes, frontiers, parapets, of basilisks, cannon, culverin, of prisoners ransomed and of soldiers slain, and all the currents of a heavy fight. Thy spirit within thee hath been so at war, thus hath so bestirred thee in thy sleep, that beads of sweat stood upon thy brow like bubbles in a late disturbed stream. And like face strange motions have appeared, such as we see when men restrain their breath in some great sudden guest. And what portents of these? Such heavy wisdom hath my lord in hand that I must know it, else he loves me not.
What, Poe? Is Gilliams with the packet gone?
He is, my lord, 1 hour ago.
Hath Butler brought those horses from the sheriff?
One horse, my lord. He bought it even now.
A roan, a crop-ear, is it not?
It is, my lord.
That roan shall be my throne. I will back him straight. Oh, Esperance. Bid Butler lead him forth into the park.
But hear you, my lord?
What sayest thou, my lady?
What is it carries you away?
Well, my horse, my love, my horse.
Out! Out, you mad-headed ape! A weasel hath not such a deal of spleen as you are tossed with. Faith, I'll know thy business, Harry, that I will. I fear my brother Mortimer doth stir about his title, and have sent for thee to line his enterprise. But if you go...
So far afoot, my love, I shall be weary.
Come, you parakeeto, and answer me directly unto this question that I ask. Faith, I'll break my little finger, Harry, and if thou wilt not tell me all things true...
Away! Away, you trifler! Love? I love thee not. I care not for thee, Kate. This is no world to play with mammoths and to tilt with lips. We must have bloody noses and cracked crowns. Pass them current too. God's be my horse. What sayest thou, Kate? What would thou have with me?
Do not love me. Do not indeed. Well, do not then, for if you love me not, I will not love myself.
Come.
Do not love me. Nay, then tell me if you speak in jest or no.
Wilt thou see me ride? And when I am on horseback, I will swear I love thee infinitely. But, hark you, Kate, I must not have you question henceforth whether I go, nor reason whereabout. Whether I must, I must. And to conclude, tonight must I leave you, gentle Kate. I know thee wise, but yet no wiser than Harry Percy's wife. Constant you are, but yet a woman. And as far as secrecy goes, no lady closer, for I well believe thou wilt not utter what thou dost not know. And so far will I trust thee, gentle Kate?
How? So far.
Not an inch further, but hark you, Kate. Whither I go, thither shall you go too. Tonight I will set forth, tomorrow you. Will this content you?
Must of force.
In A Winter's Tale, next scene, King Leontes of Sicilia has accused his wife Hermione of adultery and treason. She is imprisoned, and while in prison she gives birth to a baby whom he then banishes to a foreign shore. As if this isn't enough, he now summons her to a trial and an outdoor court where the oracle itself will pronounce a judgment.
This sessions with great grief we pronounce. We can push us against the heart. The party tried, the daughter of a king, our wife, and one of us too much beloved. But let us be clear to being tyranny, for we proceed in justice, even to the guilt or purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness' pleasure that the Queen appears in person here in court.
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art here accused in the reins of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and of conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. The pretence whereof, by circumstances being partly laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them for their better safety to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know who least will seem to do so. My past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true, as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though derived and played to take spectators. For behold me, fellow of the royal bed, which, O a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honor, for who please to come and hear. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief which I would spare. For honor, 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came, with what encounters so uncurrent, I have strained to appear thus. If one jot beyond the bound of honor, or in act or will that way inclining, hardened be the hearts of all that hear me, and my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave.
I ne'er heard yet that any of these bold devices required less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
That's true enough, though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it?
More than mistress of which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess, I loved him as in honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me. With a love, even such so and no other, as yourself commanded, which not to have done, I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend, whose love had spoke, even since it could speak from an infant, freely, that it was yours. For conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how. All I know of it is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, wotting no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure, as you know what you've undertaken to do in his absence.
So you speak a language I understand not. My life stands in the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamt it. As you are past all shame, and those of your fact are so past all truth, which to deny concerns rather than avails. For as thy brat is being cast out, like unto itself, no father owning it, which indeed is more criminal in thee than in it, so shalt thou feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bud which you would frighten me with I seek. To me can life be no commodity? The crown and comfort of my life Your favour I do give lost, for I do feel it gone. For I know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast the innocent milk in its most innocent mouth haled out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here to this place in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive, that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet in this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honour which I would free. If I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else but what your jealousies awake, I tell you 'tis rigour and not law. Your honours all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
This your request is entirely just. Therefore bring forth, and in his name, Apollo's oracle.
The Emperor of Russia was my father. Oh, that he were alive and here beholding his daughter's trial. That he could but see the flatness of my misery. That with eyes of pity, not revenge.
Thou here shalt swear upon this sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have been both at Delphos, and from there have brought the sealed up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest. And since then you have not dared break the holy seal nor read the secret sentence.
All this we swear.
Break open the seal and read.
Hermione is chaste. Cleomenes blameless. Camillo a true subject. Leontes a jealous tyrant. His innocent babe truly begotten. And the king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Hast thou read truth?
I, my lord, as written here.
There is no truth in the oracle. Session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
My lord! The king!
What is the business?
No, sir. I shall be hated to report it. The prince, your son, with vacancy in fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
I have gone.
Is dead.
Apollo is angry. And the heavens do strike at my injustice. Oh, now there.
This news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Her heart is but overcharged. Take her hence. She will recover. Oh, I have too much believed mine own suspicions. I beseech thee, tenderly apply some remedies for life. Oh, Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. I'll recall Polixenes. You were my queen. Recall the good Camillo, who I declare to be a man of truth and of honour. For being transported by my jealousies to bloody thoughts and to revenge, I chose Camillo as the minister to poison my friend Polixenes. Which had been done, but that the good-minded Camillo tardied my swift command, though I with death and reward did both encourage and entreat him, threaten him. Being done, not being done, but he most humane, filled with honour to my kingly guest, unclasp my practice, quit his fortunes here, which you knew to be great, and to the honour of all uncertainties commended himself no richer than his honour. Well, he glisters through my rust. How his pity does make my deeds the blacker.
Oh, cut my lace! Is my heart cracking at break too?
What fit is this, good
What
lady?
study torments tyrant hath for me? What wheels, racks, fires? What flaying, boiling, in leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny, together with thy jealousies, fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done, and then run mad. Run mad indeed, for all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betrayedst Polixenes, 'twas nothing. That did but show thee of a fool, inconstant and damnable ungrateful. Nor was it much thou wouldst have poisoned good Camillo's honour, to have him kill a king. Poor trespassers, more monstrous standing by, whereof I reckon the casting forth to crows thy baby daughter to be none or little, who a devil would have shed water out of fire ere done it. Nor is it directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honourable thoughts high for one so tender, cleft the heart, that could conceive a gross and foolish sire blemished his gracious dam. This is not, no, laid to thy answer. But the last, O lords, when I have said, cry woe, the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet.
The highest powers forbid.
I say she's dead. I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail not to go and see. If you can bring tincture or lustre in her lip, her eye, heat outwardly or breath within, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things. They are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair.
Go on, go on. Thou cannot speak too much. I deserve all tongues to talk their bitterest.
Say no more. However the matter ends, thou hast made great fault with the boldness of your speech.
I am sorry for it. All faults I make when I shall come to know them, I do repent. Alas, I have shown too much the rashness of a woman. He has touched the noble heart. What's gone and past help should be past grief. Do not receive affliction at my petition. I beseech you rather let me be punished that have minded you of what you should forget. Now, good my liege, sir, royal sir, forgive a foolish woman. The love I bore your queen, lo, fool again, I'll speak of her no more, nor of your children. I'll not remember you of my own lord, who was lost too. Take your patience to you, and I'll say nothing.
Thou didst speak but well, when most of the truth, which I received much better than to be pitied by thee. Prithee, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and my son. One grave shall be for them both, and on them shall appear the causes of their death, to our shame perpetual. And each day I shall visit them in the chapel where they lie. Tears shed there shall be my recreation. So long as nature bears up with this exercise, so long I vow to use it. Come, lead me to these sorrows.
Well, as we can see, Shakespeare often viewed kings with great skepticism. In fact, he devoted quite a number of works to the English royalty. King John, Richard I, Richard II, King Henry IV in two parts, Henry V, King Henry VI, about which I'll speak in a few minutes, King Henry VIII. Tonight we're going to have quite a number of scenes from Henry VI. It's probably among the least familiar of Shakespeare's works. And the stories involve the story of Joan of Arc, which may come as a surprise to some of us. In this particular scene, the French Dauphin is losing his battles against the English, but Joan la Pucelle, Joan of Arc, arrives to bring fresh hope.
They're sort of like. What men have I? Dogs, cowards, dastards. I would ne'er have fled, but they left me as my enemies.
Salisbury is a desperate homicide. He fights as one weary of his life. The other lords, like lions wanting food, to fall upon us. It's their hungry prey.
For none but Sansons and Goliaths they send us forth to skirmish, 1 in 10, lean, raw-boned rascals. Who would have known they had such courage and audacity?
Let's leave this town. They're harebrained slaves that hunger will enforce to be more eager.
By my consent, we'll even let them alone.
Be it so.
Where's the Prince Dauphin? I have news for him.
Bastard Wallyon, thrice welcome to us.
Methinks your looks are sad, your chair appalled. Hath the late overthrow wrought this offence? Be not dismayed, for succour is at hand. A holy maid hither with me I bring, which by a vision sent to her from heaven ordained, is to raise this tedious siege and drive the English forth the bounds of France. The spirit of deep prophecy she hath, exceeding the 9 sibyls of old Rome. What's past and what's to come, she can describe. Speak! Shall I call her in? Believe my words, for they are certain and infallible.
Go! Call her in. But first, try what skills she hath. Renier, stand thou as Dauphin in my place. Question her proudly, if by looks be stern. By this means shall we sound what skill she hath.
Maid, thou wilt do those wondrous deeds?
Rainier, is thou that thinkest to beguile me? Where is the Dauphin? Come from behind. I know thee well, though never seen before. Be not amazed, there's nothing hid from me. In private will I talk with thee apart. Stand back, you lords, and give us leave a while.
She takes upon it bravely at first dash.
Dauphin, I am by birth a shepherd's daughter, my wit untrained in any kind of art. Heaven and our Lady gracious hath it pleased to shine down on my contemptible estate. Lo, whilst I waited on my tender lambs, and to sun's parching heat displayed on my cheeks, God's mother deigned to appear to me, and in a vision filled with majesty, willed me to leave my base vocation and free my country from calamity. Her aid she promised and assured success. In complete glory she revealed herself. Amorous, I was black and swart before, with those clear rays which she infused in me, that beauty I am blessed with which you see. Ask me which question thou canst possible, and I will answer unpremeditated. My courage, try by combat if thou darest, and thou shalt find that I exceed my sex. Resolve on this, and thou shalt be fortunate to receive me for thy warlike mate.
Thou hast astonished me with thy high terms. Only this proof I'll of thy valour make. In single combat thou shalt battle with me. If thou vanquishest, thy words are true. Otherwise, I renounce all confidence.
I am prepared. Here is my keen-edged sword, decked with 5 fleur-de-lis on each side. The which it to rail in old St. Catherine's churchyard, out of a great deal of old iron I chose 4.
Come then, for God's name, fear no more.
And while I live, I'll ne'er fly from a man.
Stay thy hands! Thou art an Amazon and fightest with the sword, Deborah!
Christ's mother helps me, as I were too weak.
Whoe'er helps thee, 'tis thou that must help me. Impatiently I burn with thy desire. Thou hast my heart and hands at once subdued. Excellent Pucelle, if thy name be so, let me thy servant and not sovereign be. Does the French Dauphin serve to thee thus?
I must not yield to the rights of love, for my profession's sacred from above. When I have chased all thy foes from hence, then will I think upon a recompense.
Meantime, look gracious on thy prostrate thrall.
My lord, methinks, is very long in talk.
Doubtless he strives this woman to a smock. Thus now would he so long protract his talk.
Shall we disturb him, since he keeps no mean?
He may mean more than big bull men do know. These women are shrewd tempters with their tongues.
My lord, where are you? What devise you on? Shall we give over audience, or no?
Why, no, I say, distrustful recreant. Fight to the last gasp, and I will be your guard.
What she says, I'll confirm. We'll fight it out.
Assigned am I to be the English scourge. This night the siege assuredly are raised. Expect St. Martin's summer halcyon days, since I have entered into these wars. Glory is like a circle in the water, which never ceaseth to enlarge itself, till by broad spreading it disperse to naught. With Henry's death, the English circle ends, dispersed to the glories it included. Now am I like that proud insulting ship, which Caesar and his fortune bear at once.
Was Mahomet inspired by a dove? Thou by an eagle wert inspired then. Helen, mother of great Constantine, nor yet. St. Philip's daughters were like thee, bright star of Venus, fallen down from the skies. How shall I reverently worship thee enough?
Leave off delays, let us raise the siege.
Woman, do what thou canst to save our honours. Drive them out. Be immortalised.
Presently we'll try. Come, let's away about it. No prophet will I trust. Sheep false.
Some people might say that the history of the English monarchy is like the grandest soap opera of all. In fact, they might even say it's like a game of, I won't mention that word. However, we're now back to Henry IV, Part 2. At the end of Henry IV, Part 1, Prince Hal, who would become Henry V, famous for the Battle of Agincourt, has defeated Hotspur in single combat. The rebellious Percys are virtually eliminated. And in this scene, we will hear Lady Percy and her mother-in-law, Lady Northumberland, attempt to persuade Lord Northumberland not to join the again growing rebel forces.
Alas, sweet wife and gentle daughter, give even way to my rough affairs. Put not you on the visage of time, and be like them unto Percy troublesome.
I have given over. I will say no more. Do what you will, your wisdom be your guide.
Alas, sweet wife, my honour is at pawn, and but my going, nothing can redeem it.
But yet, for God's sake, go not to these wars. The time was, Father, when you broke your word, when you were more endeared to it than now. But your own Percy, and my heart's dear Harry, through many a northward look to see his father bring up his powers, but he did long in vain. Who then persuaded you to stay at home? There were 2 honours lost, yours and your son's. For yours, may God in heaven brighten it. For his stuck upon him as the sun in the grey vault of heaven. By his light were all the chivalry of England moved to do brave acts. He was indeed the glass wherein the noble youth did dress themselves. He had no legs, but practised not his gait, and speaking thick, which nature made his blemish, soon became the accents of the valiant. For those that could speak low and tardily would turn their own perfection to abuse to seem like him. So that in speech, in gait, in diet, in affections of delight, military rules, humours of blood, he was the mark and glass, copy and book that fashioned others. But him, oh wondrous him, oh miracle of men, him did you leave, second to none, unseconded by you, to look upon the hideous god of war and disadvantage, to abide in a field where nothing but the sound of Hotspur's name did seem defensible. So you left him.
Oh, God.
Never, oh never do his ghost the wrong, to hold your honour more precise and nice with others than with him. Let them alone. The Marshal and the Archbishop are strong. Had my sweet Harry had but half their numbers, today might I, hanging on Hotspur's neck, have talked of Monmouth's grave.
Beshrew your heart-loving daughter, you do draw my spirit from me with new lamenting ancient oversights. But I must go to meet with danger there, or it will seek me in another place and find me worse provided.
Oh, fly to Scotland, till that the nobles in the armed commons have of their puissance made a little taste.
If they get the ground and vantage of the king, then join you with them, like a rib of steel to make strength stronger. But for all our loves, first let them try themselves. Well, so did your son. He also suffered. So came I, a widow. And never shall have length of life enough to reign upon remembrance with mine eyes, that it may grow and sprout as high as heaven in recordation to my noble husband.
Come, come. Go in with me. 'Tis with my mind, as the tide swells up to its height, makes us still stand running neither way. Fain will I go and meet with the Archbishop, though many thousand reasons hold me back. I will resolve for Scotland. Oh, there am I. Till time and vantage crave my company.
Any idea where the door is? Just get out of my way. There's nothing for it. Block your ears, lovely.
What would you with me, honest neighbours?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time.
Marry, this it is, sir.
What is it?
Goodman Burgess, sir, speaks a little of the matter. An old man, and his wit is not so blunt as God help I would desire they were, but as honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I'm as honest as any man that is living, and an old man, and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. Palabra, neighbour Burgess.
Neighbours, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but we are the poor Duke's officers. Though, for my own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I would find it in my heart to bestow it all on your worship.
All your tediousness on me. I would fain know what it is you want.
Well,
Marry, sir, I watched tonight, accepting your worship's presence, absence, take two of the most arrant knaves in Messina.
A good old man, sir. He will be talking, as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. God help it is a world to see. Well said, neighbour Burgess. Well, God is a good man, and when two men ride of a horse, one must ride behind. But an honest soul, sir, in faith. By my troth he is, as ever broke bread. But God is to be worshipped, and all men are not alike, alas, good neighbour.
As he comes too short of you.
Gifts as God gives.
I must leave you.
A word, sir. Our watch, sir, hath indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Oh, take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I'm now in some haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffragans.
Have some wine before I go, and very well.
Go, good neighbour, go. Get you to Francis Seacles. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We will want for no wit, I warrant you.
Macbeth hardly needs an introduction. In this next scene, Lady Macbeth and Macbeth are planning to assassinate King Duncan while he is a guest in their house. Macbeth, however, steps away from the banquet and begins to have second thoughts.
If it were done when 'tis done, 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here. That we but teach bloody instructions which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He is here in double trust. First as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls upon the earth. And now, what news?
He hath almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late. I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their present gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Awakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I count thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have which thou esteem the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not, wait upon I would, like the poor cat i' the adage?
Prithee, peace! Dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then, but you would make them both. Their fitness now doth make you. I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milked me. I would, while it was smiling in my face,
would pluck my nipple from its boneless gums and dash the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
We should fail.
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail. While Duncan is still asleep, whereto rather his day's hard journey soundly invites him, with his 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbic only. When in swinish sleep there drenches nature's lies in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who will bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, but thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received that when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his chamber, and used their very daggers, that they have done?
Who dares receive it other, for we shall make our grief and climb a roar upon his death.
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
There is rest for the weary and the happy with a brief intermission. So enjoy yourselves, have some drinks and chatter, and we'll see you in a few minutes. By the way, Michael Riddell on guitar, and he'll be playing some music out here for us, okay? Another scene from Henry VI, and yet another dead body. In this particular scene, the French have won a battle against the English, which is quite rare. Lord Talbot comes to grieve his lost son, and then William Lucy tries to recover the English dead, but Joan of Arc is not impressed.
There's my other life. Mine own is gone. Where is young Talbot? Where is honest John?
Oh, my dear lord. Lo, your son is born.
I am in his father's arms. My spirit can no longer bear these hands. Soldiers, but you, I have what I would have. Now let these long arms be young Talbot's grave.
If York and Somerset brought rescue in, we should have found a bloody day of this.
How the young whelp of Talbot's raging wood did flesh his puny sword in Frenchman's blood.
Once I encountered him, and thus I said, "Thou maiden youth be vanquished by a maid." But with a proud, majestical high scorn, he answered thus, "Young Talbot was not born to be the pillage of a giblet wedge. So rushing in the bowels of the French, he left me proudly in unworthy fight."
Hew them to pieces, hack their bones asunder. Whose life was England's glory, galley is wonder.
No, no, forbear. For that which we have fled during the life, let us not wrong at death.
Harold, conduct me to the Dauphin's tent to know who have obtained the glory of the day.
On what submissive message art thou sent?
Submission, Dauphin? 'Tis a mere French word. We English warriors wot not what it means. I come to know what prisoners thou hast taken, and to survey the bodies of the dead.
Prisoners, ask thou? Hell, our prisoners. But tell me whom thou seekst.
Where is the great Alcides of the field? Valiant Lord Talbot, Earl of Shrewsbury, created for his rare success in arms. Knight of the noble order of St. George, worthy St. Michael of the Golden Fleece, Grand Plantagenet Marshal of all his wars in the realms of France.
Here is a silly, stately style indeed. The Turk with 52 kingdoms hath writes not so tedious a style as this. Him that thou magnifiest with all these titles, stinking and fly-bitten, lies here at our feet.
Is Talbot slain? The Frenchman's only scourge? Your kingdom's terror and black nemesis? Oh, were my eyeballs into bullets turned, that I enraged might slay them at your faces. Oh, that I could call the dead to life, it were enough to fright the realms of France. Were but his picture left among you, it would amaze the proudest of you. Give me their bodies, that I may bear them hence, to give them burial as beseems their worth.
I think this upstart is old Talbot's ghost. He speaks with such a proud, commanding spirit. For God's sake, let him have him. To keep them here they would but stink and putrefy the air.
Go, take the bodies hence.
Oh, I'll bear them hence, but from their ashes shall be reared a phoenix that will make all France afeard.
So we be rid of them. Do with them what thou wilt. And now to Paris. In this conquering vein, all shall be ours. Now that bloody Talbot's slain.
The phoenix that will make all France afeard.
In this next scene, from Henry VI, Part 2, King Henry has been manipulated by Humphrey, Duke of Gloucester, into signing over the ruling of England to the Yorkists instead of to his own son. However, Queen Margaret and Suffolk disagree and set out to oppose him.
My Lord of Suffolk, say, is this the guise? Is this the fashion in the court of England? Is this the government of Britain's Isle, and this the royalty of Albion's king? What, shall King Henry be a pupil still under the surly Gloucester's governance? Am I a queen in title and in style, and must be made a subject to a duke? I thought King Henry had resembled thee in courage, courtship, and proportion. But all his mind is bent to holiness, to number Ave Maris on his beads. His weapons are holy swords of sacred writ. His study is his tilt yard, and his loves of brazen images of canonized saints. I would, the College of the Cardinals would choose him Pope and carry him to Rome and set the triple crown upon his head. That were a state fit for his holiness.
Madam, have patience. As I was cause, your highness, came to England, so I will in England work your grace's full content.
Ah, beside the haughty protector have we Beaufort, the imperious churchman, Somerset, Buckingham, and grumbling York, and not the least of these but can do more in England than the king.
And he of these that can do most of all cannot do more in England than the Neville. Salisbury and Warwick are no simple
Not
peers.
all these lords do vex me half so much as that proud dame, the Lord Protector's wife. She sweeps it through court with troops of ladies, more like an empress than Duke Humphrey's wife. Strangers in court do take her for the queen. She bears a duke's revenues on her back, and in her heart she scorns our poverty. Shall I not live to be avenged on her, contemptuous, baseball callet as she is?
She vaunted, amongst her minions t'other day, the very train of her worst wearing gown was better worth than all my father's lands till Suffolk gave 2 dukedoms for his daughter.
Ma'am, let her be. And, madam, listen to me. I will be bold to counsel thee in this. Although we fancy not the cardinal, yet must we join with him and with the dukes till we brought Duke Humphrey in disgrace. Then we will weed them one by one, and you yourself shall steer the happy helm.
Another scene from Henry VI, in which Joan of Arc's calls to the spirits go unanswered, and she is captured by the Duke of York.
The regent conquers, and the Frenchmen fly. Now help, you charming spells and parapets, and you choice spirits that admonish me. Give me signs of future accidents. You speedy helpers that are under the lordly monarch of the north, appear and aid me in this enterprise. Your speedy and quick appearance argues proof of your accustomed diligence to me. Now, you familiar spirits that are culled out of the powerful regions under earth, help me this once that France may get the field. Oh, hold me not with silence over long, where I was wont to feed you with my blood. I'll lop a member off and give it to you in earnest of further benefit. So you do condescend to help me now? No hope to have redress? My body shall pay recompense if you will grant my suit. Cannot my body nor blood sacrifice entreat you to your wonted furtherance? Then take my soul, my body, soul and all, before that England give French the foil. See, they forsake me! Now the time has come that France must veil her lofty plumed crest and let her head fall onto England's lap. My ancient incantations are too weak and hell too strong for me to buckle with. Now France, thy glory droopeth to the dust.
Damsel of France, I think I have you fast. Unchain your spirits now as spelling charms and try if they can gain your liberty. Goodly prize, fit for the devil's grace. See how the ugly wench doth bend her brows, as if a Circe she would change thy shape.
Change to a worse shape thou canst not be.
Oh, Charles the Dauphin is a proper man. No shape but his can please your dainty eye.
A plaguing mischief light on Charles and thee, and may you both be suddenly surprised by bloody hands and
Foul-baiting hag, enchantress, hold thy tongue!
I prithee, give me leave to curse a while.
Curse? Miscreant, when thou comest to the stake.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Oh, a stool and cushion for the sexton.
Which be the malefactors?
Oh, Mary, that am I and my partner.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined?
Oh, what is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Pray, write down Borach. And yours, Sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir. My name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman. Masters, it is proven already that you are little better than false knaves, and it will come to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvellous witty fellow, but I will go about with him. Come hither, Sirrah. A word in your ear. Sir, I put it to you that it is thought that you are false knaves.
So I say to you, we are none.
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Oh, yea, Mary, that's the eftest way. Let the watch come forth! Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man, sir, he said that Don John, the prince's brother, he was a villain.
Oh, write down Prince John, villain.
Master Constable.
Oh, I pray thee, sir, silence. I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Harry, that Don John gave him 1,000 ducats to accuse the lady hero falsely.
Oh, flat burglary as ever was committed.
By the math that it is that.
What else, fellow?
And that Claudio, by this man's words, did intend to disgrace Hero in front of the whole disassembly and not marry her.
Oh, villain! Thou wilt be condemned to everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
That's all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to the Anatos. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinioned.
Let them be by the hands. Off, coxcomb!
God's my life. Where's the sexton that she may write down the prince's officer coxcomb? Come, find him, thou naughty varlet.
Away! You're an ass! You're an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that she were here to write me down an ass. But masters, do not forget that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, forget not that I am an ass.
And this next scene from King Henry VI, Part 3. Margaret and Prince Edward confront King Henry about his decision to disinherit Edward, his son, from the throne.
Here comes the Queen, whose looks bewray her anger.
Nay, go not to me.
Away.
I'll follow the
I'll
extra.
follow thee.
Oh, Margaret, be patient, and I will stay.
Who can be patient in such extremes? Wretched man, would I had died a maid, never seen thee, never borne thee son, seeing as thou hast proved so unnatural a father. Hath he deserved to lose his birthright thus? Hadst thou but loved him half so well as I, or felt that pain that I did for him once, or nourished him as I did with my blood, thou wouldst have left thy dearest heart blood there, rather than had that savage dupe thine heir, and disinherited thine only son.
Father, you cannot disinherit me. If you be king, why not should I succeed?
Pardon me, Margaret. The Earl of Warwick and the Duke enforced me.
Enforce thee? Art thou king and wilt be forced? I shame to hear thee speak. Oh, timorous wretch, thou hast undone thy thyself, thy son, and me, and given unto the house of York such head as thou shalt reign but by their sufferance. To entail him and his heirs unto the crown, what is it but to make thy sepulchre and creep into it far before thy time? Oh, Warwick is Chancellor and Lord of Calais, stern Falconbridge commands the narrow seas, the Duke is made protector of the realm, and yet shalt thou be safe? Such safety finds the trembling lamb environed with wolves. Had I been there, which am but a silly woman, the soldiers should have tossed me on their pikes before I would have granted to that act. Ah, but thou preferest thy life before thine honour, and seeing thou dost, I here divorce myself, both from thy table, Henry, and thy bed, until that Act of Parliament be repealed, whereby my son is disinherited. The northern lords that have forsworn thy colours will follow mine if once they see them spread, and spread they shall be, to thy foul disgrace and utter ruin of the house of York. Thus do I leave thee. Come, son, let's away. Our army is ready. Come, we'll after them.
Stay, Margaret, let me speak.
Ah, thou hast spoke too much already. Get thee gone.
Gentle Edward, son, wilt thou stay with me?
Aye, to be murdered by his enemies.
When I return with victory from the field, I'll see your grace. Until then, I'll follow her.
Come, son, away. We may not linger thus.
Officers, what have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things, and to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answers? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood.
I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light.
Come, bring forth the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonato.
Which is the villain? Let me see his face. And when I see another like him, I may avoid him.
If you would know
Which
your
is
wronger, look on me.
Are you the villain that with your very breath have killed mine innocent child?
Yeah, even I.
And, moreover, sir, though it be not in white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me an ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank you for your pains.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
There's for your care.
Ooh. God save the foundation.
I discharge you off your prisoners, and I thank you.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come,
In our last excerpt from Henry VI tonight, Joan of Arc, Joan La Pucelle, is put on trial. She will have a few surprising announcements to make, so listen carefully.
Bring forth that sorceress condemned to burn.
Ah, Joan! This kills thy father's heart outright. Have I sought every country near and far? And now it is my chance to find thee out. Must I behold thy timeless and cruel death? Ah, Joan, sweet daughter Joan, I'll die with thee.
Decrepit miser, base ignoble wretch. I am descended of a gentler blood. Thou art no father nor no friend of mine.
Out, my lords, and please you, 'tis not so. I did beget her, all the parish knows. Her mother liveth even yet, can testify. She was the first fruits of my bachelorship.
Graceless, dost thou deny thy parentage?
This argues what her kind of life hath been, wicked and vile, and so her death concludes.
Fie, Joan, thou would be so obstacle. God knows thou art a collop of my flesh, and for thy sake have I shed many a tear. Deny me not, I prithee, gentle Joan.
Peasant avaunt! You have suborned this man of purpose to obscure my noble birth.
'Tis true, I gave a noble to the priest the morn I was wedded to her mother. Kneel down and take my blessing, good my girl. Will thou not stoop? Cursed be the time of thy nativity. I would the milk thy mother gave thee when you suckled her breast. I would it be a little ratsbane in it for thy sake, or else, when thou did keep my lambs afield, I wish some ravenous wolf had eaten thee. Dost thou deny thy father, cursed drag? Burn her. Burn her. Burn her! Hanging is too good!
Take her away. She has lived too long to fill the world with vicious qualities.
First, let me tell you with whom you have condemned. Not me, begotten by a shepherd swain, but issued from the progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above to work exceeding miracles here on earth. I never had to do with wicked spirits, but you, that are polluted with your lust, stained with the countless blood of innocence, corrupt and tainted with 1,000 vices, because you want the grace that others have. You judge it straight a thing impossible to compass wonders but by help of devils. No misconceived, Joan of Arc hath been a virgin from her tender infancy, chaste and immaculate in very thought, whose maiden blood, thus rigorously effused, will cry for vengeance at the gates of heaven.
Hey, away with her to execution.
And hark ye, sirs, since she be a maid, spare for no faggots, let there be enough. Pour barrels of pitch upon the fatal stake, that so her torture may be shortened.
Will nothing turn your unrelenting heart? Then, Joan, discover thine infirmity, that warranteth by law to be thy privilege. I am with child, ye bloody homicides. Murder not then the fruit within my womb, although ye hail me to a violent death.
Now heaven forfend the holy maid with child.
With all your strict preciseness come to this, is this your miracle?
She and the Dauphin have been juggling. I did imagine will be her refuge.
Go to, we'll have no bastards live, especially since Charles must father it.
You are deceived. My child is none of his. It was Alanson that enjoyed my love.
Alanson, that notorious Machiavel, it dies and it had lived 1,000 lives.
Oh, give me leave, for I have deluded you. 'Twas neither Charles nor yet the Duke I named, but Rainier, King of Naples, that prevailed.
A married man, that's most intolerable.
Why, here's a girl I think she knows not well. There are so many whom she may accuse.
It's a sign she has been liberal and free.
And yet, forsooth, she is a virgin pure. Strumpet, thy words condemn thy brat in thee. Use no entreaty, for it is in vain.
Then lead me hence, with whom I leave my curse. My glorious sun never reflects his beams upon the country where you make abode, but darkness and the gloomy shade of death environ you till mischief and despair drive you to break your necks or hang yourselves.
Well, there are 4 great pillars of Shakespearean tragedy. Hamlet, Lear, Macbeth, and the play, an excerpt of which you are about to see and hear momentarily. Othello, the Moor of Venice. In this scene, Othello's mind has been already poisoned by the green-eyed monster set loose by Iago, his faithful soldier, so called, into believing that Desdemona, the Venetian noblewoman who gave up everything to marry him secretly, has been unfaithful. Let's see what happens.
What shall I do to win my lord again? I know not how I lost him. Here I kneel. If e'er my will did trespass against his love, either in discourse of thought, or in actual deed, or that mine eyes, mine ears, or any sense delighted them in any other form, or that I do not yet, and ever did and ever will, though he do shake me off to beggarly divorcement, love him dearly. Comfort forswear me. Unkindness may do much, and his unkindness may defeat my life, but never taint my love. I cannot say horror. It does abhor me now I speak the word. To do the act that might the addition earn, not the world's mass of vanity could make me. My mother had a maid called Barbara. She was in love. And he she loved proved mad, and did forsake her. She had a song of willow, an old thing it was, but it did express her fortune. And she died singing it. This song tonight will not go from my mind. I have much to do but to go hang my head all at one side and sing it like poor Barbara. The poor soul sat sighing by a sycamore tree, sing all a green willow, her hands on her bosom, her head on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans. Sing willow, willow, willow. Her salt tears fell from her and softened the stones. Sing willow, willow, willow. Sing all a green willow must be my garland. Let nobody blame him, his scorn I approve. I called my love false love, and what said he then? Sing willow, willow, willow. If I caught more women, you'll couch with more men. Good night.
It is the cause. It is the cause, my son. Let me not name it to you, you chaste stars. It is the cause. Yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Yet, she must die. Else she'll betray more men. Put out the light, and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can again thy former light restore, should I repent me. But once put out thy light, thy cunning's pattern of excelling nature, I know not where is that Promethean heat that can thy light relume. When I've plucked the rose, I cannot give it vital growth again. It must needs wither. I'll smell it on the tree. Oh, by my breath, that dost almost persuade justice to break her sword. One more. One more. One more. Be thus when thou art dead, and I will kill thee and love thee after. One more. And this the last. So sweet was near so fatal. I must weep, but they are cruel tears. The sorrow is heavenly, for it strikes where it doth love. She wakes.
Who's there? Othello?
I, Desdemona.
Will you come to bed, my lord?
Have you prayed tonight, Desdemona?
Aye, my lord.
If you bethink yourself of any crime, and reconciled to heaven and grace, solicit for it straight.
Alas, my lord. What do you mean by that?
Or do it. And be brief. I will walk by. I would not kill the unprepared spirit. No, heaven forfend. I would not kill thy soul.
Talk you of killing?
I do.
Then heaven have mercy on me.
Amen with all my heart.
If you say so. I hope you will not kill me. And yet I fear you. For you are fatal when your eyes roll so. Why I should fear, I know not. Since guiltiness I know not. But yet I feel I fear.
Think on thy sins.
They are loves I bear to thee.
Aye, and for that thou diest!
That death unnatural that kills for loving. Alas, why know you so, you Netherland? Some bloody passion shakes your very frame. These are portents. But I hope they do not point on me.
Peace and be still!
I was so. What's the matter?
that handkerchief, which I so loved and gave thee, thou gavest to Cassio.
No! By my life and soul, send for the man and ask him.
Sweet soul, take heed. Take heed of perjury. Thou art on thy deathbed.
But not yet to die.
Yes, presently. Therefore confess thee freely of thy sin. For to deny each other with oath cannot remove nor choke the strong conception that I groan withal. Thou art to die.
Then Lord have mercy on me.
I say again.
And have you mercy too. I never did offend you in my life. Never loved Cassio. But with such general warranty of heaven as I might love, I never gave him token.
By heaven, I saw the handkerchief in his hand! Perjured woman! Thou dost stone my heart, and makest me call what I intend to do a murder which I thought a sacrifice! I saw a handkerchief.
He found it then. I never gave it him. Send for him hither. Let him confess.
He hath confessed!
What, my lord?
That he hath used thee.
How? Unlawfully.
Aye.
He will not say so.
His mouth is stopped on its Iago has taken order for it.
Oh, my fee interprets. What? Is he dead?
Had all his hairs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all.
Alas! He's betrayed and I undone!
I outstrumpet weeps thou for him to my face!
Banish me, my lord, but kill me not!
Down, strumpet!
Kill me tomorrow! Let me live tonight!
Nay, if you strive!
But half an hour!
Being done, there is no pause!
But while I say one prayer!
It is too late. Ah! What noise is this? I'm not dead. Not yet quite dead. I that am cruel am yet merciful. I will not happily linger in thy pain. Who's there?
Open, my lord, I will speak a word with you.
Yes. 'Tis Amelia. By and by she's dead. 'Tis like she comes to speak of Cassio's death. The noise was here. No more moving. Still as the grave. Shall she come in? Were it good? I think she stirs again. No, but what's best to do? If she come in, she'll speak to my wife. My wife! My wife? What wife? I have no wife!
And you beseech you that I may have a word with you, O good my lord.
I forgot thee! to be the curtain drawer. We're out now. What's the matter with you now?
Oh, good my lord, yonder's foul murder's done.
What now?
Ye know, my lord.
It's the very era of the moon. She comes more nearer earth than she was wanted. It makes me mad.
Cassio, my lord, hath killed a young Venetian called Roderigo.
Roderigo killed. Cassio killed.
No, Cassio is not killed.
Not Cassio killed. Then murder's out of tune and sweet revenge grows harsh.
Falsely murdered.
Alas, what cry is that?
That what?
Out and alas! That was my lady's voice. Oh, help! Oh, help! 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 Oh, lady, speak again. Oh, sweet Desdemona, sweet mistress, speak.
A guiltless death I die.
Oh, who has done this deed?
Nobody. I myself. Farewell. Commend me to my kind lord. Oh, farewell.
Why, how should she be murdered?
Alas, who knows?
You heard her say herself. It was not I.
She said so. I must needs report the truth.
She's like a liar, gone to burning hell. It was I that killed her.
Oh, more angels she and you, the blacker devil.
She turned to folly, and she was a whore.
Thou dost belie her, and thou art a devil.
She was as false as water.
Oh, thou art rash as fire to say that she was false. Oh, she was heavenly true.
Cassio de Topher! Ask thy husband! Oh, I were damned beneath all depth and hell, but that I did proceed upon just grounds of this extremity. Thy husband knew it all.
My husband.
Thy husband.
That she was false to wedlock.
I with Cassio.
My husband.
'Twas he that told me first. An honest man he is and hates the slime that sticks on filthy deeds.
Oh, mistress, villainy hath made mocks with love. My husband said she was false.
He, woman. I say thy husband, my friend, thy husband, honest Iago!
If he say so, may his pernicious soul rot half a grain a day. He lies to the heart. She was too fond of her most filthy bargain.
Please, your best.
Do thy worst. This deed of thine is no more worthy heaven than thou wast worthy her. Oh, gull, oh, dolt, as ignorant as dirt. Thou hast done a deed. I care not for thy sword. I'll make thee known, though I lost 20 lives. Help! 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 The Moor hath killed my mistress! Murder! Murder!
I kissed thee. Ere I killed thee. No way but this. myself. To die upon a kiss. Leave!